Alright, if you're like me, you cannot wrap your head around the fact that Glenn is actually dead. And in this video, I want to point out a few reasons why I believe that he somehow could survive this little situation he's in. Alright, to start this off, I'm going to show the full clip of him actually dying, and then I'm going to go through it with you, step by step. Alright, the first thing I want to point out is watch how Nicholas and Glenn fall to the ground. Right here you can see Nicholas is clearly on top of Glenn, and they both fall to the ground right on top of each other. Number two, I want to point out, look how big his chest is when he first falls here. Now what I believe happens is the first shot is when Glenn first fell, and here is when Nicholas falls on top of him. The zombies are eating Nicholas and not Glenn. If you look here, you see zombies eating someone's intestines, but they can't be Glenn's because where they're eating them is right by his ribcage and not on his stomach. This seems a little far-fetched, but the creators of The Walking Dead are very good at foreshadowing. I think they did this episode with Michonne in a quote she has earlier in the episode.
Have you ever been covered in so much blood that you didn't know if it was yours, or Walker's, or your friends?
Now I know what you may be thinking. Even if that was Nicholas the zombies were eating, they'll just start eating Glenn after they're done with him. That's a very good point. Here's my theory of what Glenn will do. Look at the dumpster. You see the very bottom of it. There's clearly enough space for one person to be underneath it. Somehow he could have just pushed Nicholas off of him and slid right underneath it. If you look here, you can see where most of the zombies' arms are going. But if you look at this zombie, you can clearly see it's going after something else and not towards where all the other zombies are going. You may be thinking now, good, he's under a dumpster, now what? I have two theories. The first one, if you take a look to the right, you can see there's a fence with no zombies behind it at all. Now Glenn could somehow get on top of the dumpster and then jump over that fence and then run to safety. My second theory is a lot less plausible, but instead of jumping over the fence, he could somehow get this door open. Maybe he could take Nicholas's gun, which clearly had ammo in it, and blast it open. I don't know. One more reason that I believe that Glenn is not dead is if you watch The Talking Dead, during that show, they show all the zombies and all the people who died during the episode, and if you watch closely, you can clearly see that they did not mention Glenn at all.
Before you cry yourself to sleep, let's slow things down and say a final goodbye to all those we lost tonight. I know.
Nicholas, you're not that guy anymore.
Thank you.
If you go on AMC's website or AMC's Twitter, you can clearly see that they never specifically say that Glenn actually dies. If you need any more proof, just listen to Chris Hardwick and how he describes what happened.
Okay, now we're on. So, Nicholas, you shot yourself in the head, but in doing so, you may have broken the world's hearts.
See, he never specifically says Glenn dies. And you know what? Everything would have been fine if it wasn't for this guy. Is Glenn really dead? Are my theories even close to being right? Do you have any theories of your own? Leave them in the comments below. I'd love to read them.